The glass shattered against the wall the moment Ethan Park's fist connected with the mirror. Blood streaked down his knuckles, but he didn't feel it. He didn't feel anything except the roaring fire in his chest. June grabbed his arm. Ethan. Stop. Ethan yanked free, breathing like a man possessed. He took her. June's voice trembled. I know. Ethan's eyes were wild. My father stole the woman I love and turned her into a weapon. June swallowed hard. Then don't let him win by destroying yourself. Ethan laughed bitterly. Destroying myself? June. I died the moment she signed that paper. Silence. Then Ethan's voice dropped, cold and lethal. Now I'm going to resurrect as his worst nightmare. June stared at him. What are you going to do? Ethan wiped the blood from his hand, smearing it like war paint. I'm going to take everything. The next morning, Park Global's New York headquarters buzzed with tension. Executives whispered in hallways. Assistants avoided eye contact. The scandal had already spread like wildfire. Billionaire chairman marries son's fiancée. Ethan Park walked through the glass doors with his jaw clenched and his eyes darker than anyone had ever seen. Board members froze when they saw him. One man cleared his throat nervously. Mr. Park, we didn't expect. Ethan cut him off. You didn't expect me to show up after my father tried to erase me? The man flinched. Ethan stepped into the boardroom, slamming his hands onto the table. Where is he? No one spoke. Ethan's voice rose, sharp. Where is Chairman Park? A woman finally whispered, his in Seoul. He left last night. Ethan's lips curved into a humorless smile. He thinks distance will save him. June entered behind him, voice low. Ethan, the board is already moving against you. Your accounts are frozen. Your authority. Ethan's eyes flashed. My authority. He reached into his jacket and threw a folder onto the table. The papers scattered. What is this? An executive asked shakily. Ethan's voice was calm, terrifying. The evidence that Park Global has been laundering money through shell companies for 10 years. The room went dead. A man gasped. That's impossible. Ethan leaned forward. Nothing is impossible when your father is a monster. The woman stammered, if you release that, the company collapses. Ethan's gaze was ice. Good. June's eyes widened. Ethan. Ethan cut him off. He wanted war. The executives panicked. You can't do this. This is your family. Ethan's voice cracked with rage. Family? He married my fiancée. Silence. Then Ethan whispered, deadly. I'm done being his son. Now I'm his reckoning. Across the city, Lena sat in the penthouse, staring at the skyline like it was a cage. Her phone had been taken. Her freedom had been taken. Even her name had been taken. Mrs. Park. The thought made her sick. Chairman Park entered quietly, his presence filling the room like shadow. You didn't sleep. Lena didn't turn. How could I? Chairman Park's voice was calm. You will adjust. Lena laughed bitterly. Adjust? To being stolen? Chairman Park's jaw tightened. You were not stolen. You chose. Lena spun, eyes blazing. I chose to save Ethan. Chairman Park's gaze darkened. And you succeeded. Lena's voice broke. At what cost? Chairman Park stepped closer. The cost of legacy. Lena whispered fiercely. You don't care about legacy. You care about control because you're afraid of being abandoned again. Chairman Park's eyes flashed. Enough. Lena's tears spilled. You can silence me, but you can't silence the truth. Chairman Park's voice was sharp. The truth is Ethan will move on. Lena shook violently. No. You don't understand him. Chairman Park's lips curved slightly. Oh, I understand him perfectly. He leaned closer. He is my son. And he is predictable. Lena's voice trembled. He will come for me. Chairman Park's gaze turned cold. Let him try. The next day, headlines exploded. Park Global stocks plunge amid internal leaks. Chairman Park sat in his sole office when his assistant burst in. Chairman. Emergency. Chairman Park's eyes narrowed. Speak. The assistant's voice shook. Someone leaked confidential financial records. The SEC is opening an investigation. Chairman Park's face hardened instantly. Who? The assistant swallowed. It came from Ethan's access code. Silence. Then Chairman Park's voice was dangerously quiet. My son. Back in New York, Ethan stood on a rooftop, wind whipping his coat. June approached cautiously. You just declared war on the most powerful man in Korea. Ethan's eyes were hollow. He declared war first. June whispered, if he falls, you fall too. Ethan's voice was cold. I already fell. June hesitated. What about Lena? Ethan's jaw tightened painfully. She's the reason I'm doing this. June's voice broke. Or she's the reason you'll destroy yourself. Ethan turned sharply. Don't you dare. June raised his hands. I'm trying to save you. Ethan's eyes flashed with agony. Save me? I couldn't save her. Silence. Then Ethan whispered. He touched her life. He trapped her. June swallowed. So what's the plan? Ethan's gaze sharpened. I'm going to Seoul. June froze. Ethan. Ethan's voice was steel. I'm going to look my father in the eye, and take her back. That night, Lena sat alone when the door opened. Vanessa stepped in with a slow smile. Well, look at you. Lena stiffened. Why are you here? Vanessa's eyes glittered with cruelty. I wanted to see the girl who caused the Park Empire to crack. Lena's breath caught. What? Vanessa leaned closer. Haven't you heard? Ethan is destroying his father from the inside. Lena's blood turned to ice. No. Vanessa smirked. He leaked financial crimes. The company is collapsing. Lena's voice shook. He'll get himself killed. Vanessa tilted her head. Or he'll kill his father. Lena's tears spilled. This is my fault. Vanessa's smile widened. Oh, sweetheart, it was always going to end in blood. Lena whispered desperately. I need to talk to Ethan. Vanessa laughed. You can't. Chairman Park made sure of that. Lena's voice rose. You're enjoying this. Vanessa's eyes flashed. I'm enjoying watching you both burn. Lena's chest heaved with sobs. Please, stop. Vanessa leaned down, whispering poison. There is no stopping revenge. In Seoul, Ethan stepped off the private jet, eyes burning with purpose. June followed, tense. This is madness. Ethan's voice was cold. This is destiny. At the mansion gates, guards moved to block him. Mr. Park. Ethan shoved past. Move. Inside, Chairman Park stood waiting as if he'd known. His voice was calm. So. The prodigal son returns. Ethan's eyes blazed. You stole her. Chairman Park's lips curved. And you tried to destroy me. Ethan stepped closer, trembling with rage. I will destroy you. Chairman Park's gaze sharpened. Then do it. Ethan's voice cracked. Where is Lena? Chairman Park's smile was cruel. Safe. Because of you. Ethan froze. What did you do to her? Chairman Park's voice was ice. I protected her from your chaos. Ethan roared. My chaos? You married her. Chairman Park stepped forward, face hard. You forced my hand. Ethan's laugh was broken. You're a liar. Chairman Park leaned in. And you are weak. Just like I said. Ethan's fists clenched. I'm not weak. Chairman Park whispered. Then prove it. The air between them was electric. Father and son. Empire and love. Revenge and sacrifice. And somewhere in New York, Lena stared out at the skyline, whispering through tears. Ethan, don't die for me. Because the war had begun. And only one Park would survive it. If you want to see what happens next, when Ethan finally faces the ultimate choice between destroying his father, or saving the woman he loves. Make sure you like this story, subscribe for part 3, and comment below. Should Ethan burn the Park Empire to the ground? Or should he walk away before revenge consumes him? The mansionaire felt like a blade pressed against Ethan's throat. Chairman Park stood only inches away, calm as a king watching a rebellion fail. Ethan's chest rose and fell violently. You think you've won, Ethan hissed. Chairman Park's voice was quiet. I know I have. Ethan's eyes flashed with fury. Where is she? Chairman Park tilted his head. You mean my wife? The word struck Ethan like a punch. His fists trembled. She is not your wife. Chairman Park's lips curved slightly. The law says otherwise. Ethan stepped forward, voice shaking with rage. The law is something you buy. Chairman Park's gaze sharpened. And you tried to sell my empire to the authorities. Ethan laughed bitterly. You deserve worse. Chairman Park's expression hardened. You have no idea what I deserve. Ethan's voice cracked. I know what you are. A man who couldn't stand to see his son happy. Chairman Park's jaw tightened. Happiness is temporary. Power is forever. Ethan whispered, deadly. Not when I'm finished. Chairman Park gestured toward the guards. Escort my son to the guest wing. He will stay until he learns obedience. Ethan's eyes widened. You think you can imprison me? Chairman Park's voice was ice. I can do anything. The guards moved. Ethan exploded, shoving one back. Don't touch me. June rushed forward. Ethan, stop. Ethan's breathing was wild. No. I'm done stopping. Chairman Park's eyes darkened. Then you will be stopped. The guards lunged. Ethan fought like a man drowning, fists swinging, rage pouring out of him. But there were too many. They pinned his arms. Ethan roared, voice echoing through the mansion. Where is Lena? Chairman Park leaned closer, voice low enough to cut. She is far from you. And she will remain far from you. Ethan's eyes burned with tears. You're afraid. Chairman Park's gaze flickered. Of what? Ethan whispered through clenched teeth. Of love. Of losing control. Of being abandoned again. Chairman Park's face tightened. Take him. The guards dragged Ethan away. June stumbled after them, desperate. Chairman, please. Chairman Park's voice was cold. Leave. June froze, swallowing hard. Chairman Park turned away as if Ethan's screams were nothing more than background noise. But inside his chest, something twisted. Because Ethan's words had hit too close. Back in New York, Lena sat at the dining table like a ghost. Vanessa watched her with a cruel satisfaction, sipping wine. You look awful, Vanessa said lightly. Lena's voice was hollow. Where is Ethan? Vanessa smirked. In Seoul. Lena's head snapped up. What? Vanessa's eyes glittered. He went to face his father. Brave, or stupid? Lena's breath hitched. He'll get killed. Vanessa leaned forward. Maybe. But at least he'll die for love. Lena's voice rose, shaking. Stop talking like this is entertainment. Vanessa laughed. Isn't it? A black girl caught between two Korean billionaires. New York society is obsessed. Lena's eyes filled with tears. I never wanted any of this. Vanessa's smile sharpened. You wanted Ethan. And when you want something in their world, you pay. Lena whispered, broken. I paid too much. Vanessa leaned closer, voice dripping poison. And you're not done paying. That night, Lena stood by the window when the door opened. Chairman Park entered. His presence made the room colder. Lena's heart pounded. Where is Ethan? Chairman Park's gaze was unreadable. Safe. Lena stepped forward. Safe? You imprisoned him, didn't you? Chairman Park's eyes narrowed. He came to Seoul like a reckless boy. Lena's voice cracked. Because he loves me. Chairman Park's jaw tightened. Love makes men foolish. Lena's tears spilled. No. Love makes men human. Chairman Park's voice was sharp. Enough. Lena shook violently. You can't keep doing this. You're breaking him. Chairman Park's gaze darkened. I am shaping him. Lena whispered fiercely. You're destroying him because you couldn't keep the woman you loved. Silence. Chairman Park's face hardened like stone. You know nothing. Lena's voice trembled but didn't stop. I know everything. You're terrified Ethan will leave you the way she did. So you trap him. You trap me. Chairman Park stepped closer, dangerous. Be careful. Lena's chin lifted. What will you do? Destroy me too? Chairman Park's eyes flashed. I already saved you from poverty. From insignificance. Lena's laugh was broken. You didn't save me. Ethan did. Ethan loved me when I had nothing. Chairman Park's voice was ice. And now he will have nothing because of you. The words hit Lena like a slap. She stumbled back, sobbing. No. Chairman Park's gaze sharpened. You wanted love. Look at the cost. Lena whispered, devastated. I never wanted him to suffer. Chairman Park's voice softened slightly, almost cruel in its gentleness. Then end this. Lena's breath trembled. How? Chairman Park's eyes locked on hers. Forget him. Lena shook violently. I can't. Chairman Park's voice turned cold again. Then watch him burn. Across the ocean, Ethan sat in the guest wing, hands bruised, eyes hollow. June slipped inside quietly. Ethan. Ethan didn't look up. Did he hurt her? June swallowed. No. But, his tightening the cage. Ethan's voice cracked. I did this. I started the war. June whispered. You did it for love. Ethan's laugh was bitter. Love doesn't feel like salvation anymore. It feels like a curse. June crouched beside him. What's your next move? Ethan lifted his head slowly. His eyes were no longer just broken. They were determined. I'm ending this. June's breath caught. How? Ethan's voice was low, deadly calm. I'm going to expose him completely. In front of the world. And then. I'm taking Lena back. June whispered, terrified. He'll destroy you. Ethan's lips curved into something sharp. Let him try. Because the final battle was coming. And love was about to demand its last price. Ethan's plan moved like fire under dry grass. By morning, June had contacted the one person Chairman Park feared more than scandal. The international press. The prosecutors. The board members who had been silent for too long. In a private hotel room in Seoul, Ethan sat across from an American investigator, his bruised knuckles resting on the table. The investigator's voice was careful. Mr. Park, do you understand what you're doing? If you testify, your father will fall. But so will the entire empire. Ethan's eyes were empty. My empire died the moment he married her. The investigator hesitated. And your life? He will come for you. Ethan leaned forward, voice like steel. He already has. June stood behind him, tense. Ethan, once this starts, there's no going back. Ethan whispered. There is no going back. He slid a flash drive across the table. This contains everything. Bribery. Money laundering. Political payoffs. Names. Dates. Accounts. The investigator's eyes widened. This could destroy Park Global. Ethan's jaw tightened. Good. The investigator swallowed hard. And Lena Carter, does she know you're doing this? Pain flickered across Ethan's face. She tried to save me. Now I'm saving her. June's voice cracked. Or you're avenging yourself. Ethan turned sharply. Is there a difference? Silence. Outside the hotel, Seoul buzzed like nothing was wrong. But inside, the Park dynasty was beginning to crack. Back in New York, Lena sat across from Chairman Park at breakfast. The table was covered in luxury she couldn't touch. Chairman Park read calmly, as if the world wasn't burning. Lena's voice was quiet. Where is Ethan? Chairman Park didn't look up. Still alive. Lena's hands clenched. Let me speak to him. Chairman Park's eyes lifted slowly. No. Lena's voice trembled. Why are you doing this? Chairman Park's expression was cold. Because the moment you hear his voice, you will run back to him. Lena whispered, broken. Because I love him. Chairman Park's jaw tightened. And that love will destroy him. Lena's eyes flashed. No. Your obsession will. Chairman Park stood abruptly, chair scraping. You will stop saying his name. Lena rose too, shaking. You can't erase him. Chairman Park stepped closer, towering. I can erase anyone. Lena's breath hitched, but she refused to back down. Then erase yourself. Because Ethan will never become you. For the first time, Chairman Park's composure cracked. His voice rose. You think you know my son? You think love makes him strong? Lena's tears spilled. Love makes him human. Chairman Park's eyes burned. Humanity is weakness. Lena whispered fiercely. No. Humanity is the only thing you lost. Silence fell heavy. Chairman Park's face hardened again. You will attend the gala tonight. Lena froze. What? Chairman Park's voice was calm, cruel. In New York. The world will see Mrs. Park smiling beside her husband. Lena's stomach twisted. You're parading me. Chairman Park's gaze sharpened. I am proving Ethan has lost. Lena whispered, devastated. He hasn't lost. Not yet. Chairman Park's lips curved. We will see. That evening, the Park Global Gala filled Manhattan with cameras and flashing lights. Billionaires. Politicians. Celebrities. And at the center, Chairman Park arrived with Lena on his arm. The world erupted. Chairman Park. Mrs. Park, look this way. Lena's smile was forced, her eyes empty. Inside her chest, Her heart screamed Ethan's name. Chairman Park leaned close, whispering, "Smile. Or Ethan suffers." Lena's lips trembled, but she smiled. The crowd believed the illusion. Across the room, Vanessa watched with satisfaction. She approached Lena, eyes glittering. "You look like a doll." Lena whispered, "Go away." Vanessa smirked. "Do you know what's funny? Ethan thinks he's fighting for you." Lena's breath caught. "What did you say?" Vanessa leaned closer, voice poisonous. "He leaked his father's crimes. He's trying to destroy him." Lena's blood ran cold. "He'll get killed." Vanessa's smile widened. "And you'll still be Mrs. Park." Lena's eyes filled with tears. "I have to stop this." Vanessa laughed softly. "You can't. Revenge is already in motion." At that exact moment, Chairman Park's assistant hurried toward him, pale. "Chairman, emergency." Chairman Park's eyes narrowed. "Speak." The assistant's voice shook. "The prosecutors have issued warrants. The press has documents. Park Global stock is crashing." Chairman Park's face turned to stone. "Who did this?" The assistant swallowed. "Mr. Ethan Park." The room seemed to tilt. Lena's breath hitched. Chairman Park's eyes darkened dangerously. "My son." Vanessa's smirk faded. "Wait, he actually did it." Lena whispered, trembling. "Ethan." Chairman Park's jaw clenched so tightly it looked like it might break. He grabbed Lena's arm harshly. "We are leaving." Lena winced. "You're hurting me." Chairman Park's voice was low, lethal. "He wants war. He will have it." As they pushed through the crowd, cameras flashed harder. "What's happening?" "Chairman Park." Chairman Park didn't stop. In the limousine, Lena's heart pounded. "What are you going to do?" Chairman Park stared ahead, eyes like ice. "I will end this." Lena's voice cracked. "Don't hurt him." Chairman Park turned slowly toward her. "You should have thought of that before loving him." Lena sobbed. "I never wanted this." Chairman Park's voice was cruel. "Love always wants blood." Back in Seoul, Ethan stood before the investigators when his phone buzzed. "Unknown number." He answered. Lena's voice broke through, trembling. "Ethan." His breath caught. "Lena." Tears filled his eyes instantly. "Are you okay?" Lena whispered desperately. "Stop. Please stop this. He's going to kill you." Ethan's voice cracked. "I'm doing this for you." Lena sobbed. "I don't want you dead for me." Ethan whispered fiercely. "I don't want you trapped for him." Lena's voice shook. "He knows. He knows everything now." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Then it's almost over." Lena cried. "No, Ethan, it's just beginning." The line cut. Ethan stared at the phone, terror rising. "Lena?" June stepped closer. "What happened?" Ethan's eyes burned with panic. "He has her. And now, he's coming." Because the final confrontation was inevitable. And the Park Empire was about to fall in front of the whole world. Chairman Park moved like a storm unleashed. By dawn, Seoul was flooded with news. Park chairman under investigation. Son turns against father. Empire on the verge of collapse. Inside the mansion, Chairman Park stood before a wall of windows, watching the city as if it belonged to him. His assistant trembled behind him. "Chairman, the authorities are requesting your presence." Chairman Park's voice was quiet. "They can request." The assistant swallowed. "Sir. Ethan Park has gone public. There are cameras outside. Prosecutors are on their way." Chairman Park's jaw tightened. "And my wife?" The assistant hesitated. "Mrs. Park is in New York, sir." Chairman Park turned slowly. "Bring her home." The assistant's eyes widened. "Immediately?" Chairman Park's voice turned lethal. "Immediately." Because Chairman Park had realized something. The empire could burn. The money could vanish. But Lena. Lena was the last chain binding Ethan to him. And Chairman Park would rather destroy her than lose control. In New York, Lena sat in silence when the door burst open. 2 guards entered. Her heart dropped. "No, what is this?" One spoke coldly. "Mrs. Park, you're coming with us." Lena stumbled back. "I'm not going anywhere." The guard's gaze was hard. "Chairman's orders." Fear sliced through her. "He's taking me back to Seoul?" Lena shook violently. "No. Please." The guards grabbed her arms. She screamed. "Ethan." But Ethan was across the ocean. And the cage was closing. Hours later, Ethan stood outside the prosecutor's office in Seoul, surrounded by flashing cameras. Reporters shouted. "Mr. Park, are you betraying your father? Is this about Lena Carter?" Ethan's eyes burned, voice sharp. "This is about justice." A reporter yelled, "Do you want Chairman Park arrested?" Ethan paused. His voice cracked with pain. "I want him to stop hurting people." The crowd murmured. June stepped close. "Ethan, they're bringing Lena back." Ethan froze. "What?" June's voice shook. "Chairman Park is flying her to Seoul tonight." Ethan's blood ran cold. "He's using her." June whispered, "He's threatening you." Ethan's fists clenched. "No." June grabbed his arm. "Ethan, listen. If you confront him now, he'll do something irreversible." Ethan's eyes were wild. "I can't lose her." June's voice broke. "You might have to choose. Revenge, or love." Ethan whispered, shaking. "She is the reason for both." That night, the private jet landed in Seoul. Lena stepped onto the runway, surrounded by guards. Her face was pale, her eyes full of terror. Chairman Park stood waiting. He looked calm. Too calm. Lena's voice trembled. "Please, stop this." Chairman Park's gaze was cold. "It will stop when Ethan kneels." Lena shook, tears spilling. "He won't kneel. He'll die first." Chairman Park's eyes darkened. "Then you will watch him die." Lena gasped. "No." Chairman Park stepped closer. "You should have never loved my son." Lena whispered fiercely through tears. "You should have never been his father." Silence. For the first time, Chairman Park looked almost wounded. Then his face hardened again. "Take her inside." Lena struggled. "Ethan will come." Chairman Park's voice was ice. "I know." And that was the trap. The next evening, Ethan arrived at the mansion gates alone. No guards could stop him. Not anymore. He stormed inside, eyes blazing. "Father." Chairman Park stood at the top of the staircase, Lena beside him like a prisoner. Her eyes widened with relief and terror. "Ethan." Ethan's voice cracked. "Lena." Chairman Park's lips curved. "You came." Ethan stepped forward. "Let her go." Chairman Park's voice was calm. "Kneel." Ethan froze. Chairman Park gestured toward Lena. "Kneel, and I will let her leave." Lena screamed. "No. Ethan, don't." Ethan's body trembled. Chairman Park's eyes were sharp. "You wanted revenge. You wanted justice. Now choose." Ethan whispered, broken. "You're evil." Chairman Park's voice was low. "I am power." Lena sobbed. "Ethan, please, don't give him this." Ethan's eyes filled with tears. "I can't lose you." Lena shook violently. "You won't lose me. Not like this." Chairman Park's patience snapped. "Kneel." The guards raised their weapons. Lena cried out. "Stop." Ethan's breathing turned ragged. Then, he slowly dropped to his knees. The room went silent. Lena's scream shattered the air. "No." Chairman Park stared down at his son with satisfaction. "There. The empire remains." Ethan lifted his head, tears streaming. "No." Chairman Park frowned. "What?" Ethan's voice turned cold. "The empire ends tonight." Chairman Park's eyes narrowed. Ethan looked directly at the guards. "Do it." Suddenly, the mansion doors burst open. Police flooded in. "Chairman Park. You are under arrest." Chairman Park's face froze. "What?" Ethan's voice was calm through tears. "I already gave them everything. The evidence. The recordings." Chairman Park's eyes widened. You planned this." Ethan rose slowly. "I didn't kneel because you won." He stepped forward, voice shaking with fury. "I knelt because I needed you distracted long enough for justice to arrive." Lena sobbed, covering her mouth. Chairman Park's composure shattered. "You ungrateful boy." Ethan's voice roared. "You stole my life. You stole my love. You stole her freedom." Chairman Park lunged. The police restrained him. Lena ran to Ethan, throwing herself into his arms. Ethan held her like she was his oxygen. "I'm here. I'm here." She cried. "I thought I lost you." Ethan whispered. "Never." Chairman Park screamed as they dragged him away. "This isn't over. You are nothing without me." Ethan turned, eyes burning. No. His voice was final. I am everything you could never be. Chairman Park vanished into the night, arrested, broken, defeated. The Park empire collapsed within weeks. Stocks fell. Board members fled. Power crumbled. But Ethan didn't care. Because one morning in Central Park, months later, Lena stood beside him, free. Her hand in his. Her voice soft. Do you regret it? Ethan looked at her, eyes full of love and scars. I regret the pain. He kissed her forehead. But not the choice. Lena smiled through tears. We survived. Ethan whispered. We stayed together. And as their hearts beat in peace, the world finally saw. Love was stronger than legacy. And revenge was never about destruction. It was about freedom. If you enjoyed this emotional billionaire romance revenge story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you have chosen love or revenge? Because the next story might be even darker.